Hi Aries, welcome to my channel, Spirit and I Incorporated. Always a pleasure to have all you Aries join me. And I'm recording this on the evening of the 27th. And this is going to be a general report with some astrological information as well as some tarot cards for the energies that you'll be experiencing through the month of September 2021. So we have the new moon in Virgo, which will be falling on September the 7th. It will be 14 degrees 37 minutes. And for you Aries, the new moon is falling in your 6th house. And the 6th house on the astrological chart wheel has to do with work, you know, the service you provide to others, clients. It also has to do with your health. And you know, your co-workers as well, and people you associate with within that environment. So we have Mercury in Virgo, which is, you know, the communication planet, and we also have Mars in Virgo as well. And both of these planets are very comfortable in Virgo. They resonate with Virgo. So this is a time of action and also forethought, because the planet Mars and Mercury, they are both opposing Neptune, which is the planet of illusion in its lower octave, and in its higher octave of conscious awareness, it's in Pisces, which is very spiritual. But Mars and Mercury are opposing Neptune in Pisces, and that falls into your that falls into your 12th house. So there's a lot of behind the scenes work going on in this 12th house. You know, Neptune can cause confusion, fogginess. So you want to make sure that, because Mars and Mercury in Virgo, in your 6th house of day-to-day work and health, and that it is opposing Neptune in Pisces, you want to make sure that you're very clear on any decisions that you make, whether it's work related or health related. You know, certainly confer with your doctor if you have concerns with respect to some, you know, health issues that might be affecting you, and also with, you know, to do with your work before you sign any contracts or, you know, create any contracts. Or any sort of a project that you might be working on that's entrepreneurial based or you know, outside in the workforce space. You want to make sure that you're very clear on anything that you're talking about, because Mercury, you know, the planet of communication, coupled with Mars, the planet of action, Mars can be very, very fiery. So you want to, you know, be very not only clear on what you're communicating, but you want to make certain that what you are communicating is, you know, fact-based. So I just wanted to put that out there so that there's no room for you know, confusion. So I wanted to share that with you, and that's what I have for you from an astrological standpoint for the month of September. Let's delve into the tarot portion of your reading. I'm going to start with the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. Beautiful, beautiful deck created by Colette Baron Reed. I have all my decks from her. She's just a fabulous creative vision and highly spiritual and very, very clear in her guidance, and just wanted to share that information with you. This is a very beautiful deck. Let's get started with your reading and see what we have coming up for you, Aries, for the month of September. All right, I did pre-shuffle these, and I'm just shuffling them a little bit again now. Let's cut the deck. All right, so your first card out for your most recent energies that you've just been experiencing, we have the Owl Spirit. Beautiful, beautiful card. And it says you see clearly now. That's what it looks like in the upright position. It did come out in the reverse. So that just confirms what I was just discussing with you, astrologically speaking. You know, you have some confusion with perhaps some steps you'd like to take forward with perhaps a work project. It just seems that there are some, you know, clarification issues that need to be adjusted, and you will come into that knowing as soon as you can release your concerns of what isn't correct, which is what this card is indicating. You're just not seeing clearly what it is you need to change with respect to a certain project that you want to manifest. So that's what's coming out in your most recent past energies for your first card. For your current energies, we have the Wombat Spirit, and that's what it looks like upright. And it did come up in the reverse, which clarifies to me that you're not really at home with how you're feeling about this project. They both came up in the reverse. You're not feeling comfortable with a particular project that you're working on. There's some, elusive, the questions that you have are like, they're seemingly elusive. You can't seem to put your finger on it. You're just trying to come out of this fog so that you can see the project for what it is, and any details that you need to refine. You want to be able to do that, but you're just not seeing it very clearly right now. And both of these cards, are just indicating they're playing off of each other with respect to those energies. So you'll eventually turn that around, Aries. Your most current energies that came up is the White Raven Spirit, and it says trust in the magic. Beautiful, beautiful card. That card did come up in the upright, and you're trusting in your ability to get out of this confusion with respect to this particular work project that you're working on. You're either going to put it to rest and put it to bed, or you're going to be able to discern the details that you need to discern by trusting in the magic of your creativity, because you're highly, highly creative. So that's coming out in your current energies as you move forward. So that's very positive to see. Now I'm going to clarify your most past recent energies, your current energies, and your forthcoming energies with the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. Let's see what comes up for clarifying this. Let's clarify the Owl Spirit, which came up in the reverse, where it says you can see clearly now. You're not seeing clearly right now, but you want to. So let's see how we can clarify what this is all about. Again, I'm thanking for all of you being here with me this evening. This reading is not going to necessarily resonate for all of you, but I do hope that there are some messages for all of you that you can take from this report and make them work for you. And that which doesn't resonate, just leave it behind. So let's just see what this is saying here. Owl Spirit, let's clarify those past energies, Aries. Let's see what's coming up here. Yeah, I'm feeling that this is very much work related. So the first card out we have is the King of Swords. It actually did come up in the upright, and King of Swords is an air sign, which mixes actually very well with you, Aries. You Aries are fire signs, and again, this reading is very general. It's not going to resonate for everybody, but the King of Swords is an air sign and is a very astute, highly intelligent, swift-moving energy. And it did come up in the upright next to your, I can see clearly now, Owl Spirit, which is in the reverse. So that tells me that you're already feeling that you're aware of the changes that need to be made in a particular project, because this energy did come up in the upright, and you're very affirmative about that. So that is very, very positive to see, and you're standing your ground with it. You're not letting anyone dissuade you from the creative adjustments that you are wanting to make in this particular project to move it forward. So that is very, very promising to see, and I feel that you'll be successful with it, Aries. So let's see what's coming out for the third clarification on the King of Swords. We have the High Priestess. She did come up in the reverse, and again, this energy is a very intuitive energy. High Priestess is highly, highly intuitive, the most intuitive energy of the tarot deck, and it tells me that with your recent past energies and you affirming within yourself of the changes you want to make on that creative project that you couldn't see clearly how to do, although you're still battling some outside influences on wanting to make those changes, you're going to change them. You're going to make those changes, and those that need to be on board with you, they're making you question yourself. Don't let that happen. That's what the High Priestess is indicating to me when she comes up in the reverse. You need to claim your power on knowing that your creativity is on the mark, so that you can continue to listen to your intuitive flashes on how to create that positive effect that you want in that project to bring forward, so that you can, get out of that, do I, don't I, within your self-questioning, which is indicated here with this energy in the reverse. Stay focused on what you already know. You're highly creative, and you're very, very astute in your creativity. So you know what you need to do to make the changes. You've already been evaluating that in your past, recent energies, and continue to listen to your instincts. Extremely important to do so. So let's take a look of your current energies. We have the Wombat Spirit, which says be at home. And that's being at home with what you already know for what you need to do to change this project to make it abundantly prosperous for not only yourself but others concerned. And it did come up in the reverse. And that's just, playing off these energies of uncertainty, as we mentioned. So let's see what we have to clarify the Wombat Spirit with. We came up with the the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords did come up in the reverse. Typically when it comes up in the upright, it tells me that you're moving forward. You're leaving the confusion behind, and you're moving forward, to turn that project upright the way you want it to be able to, make it saleable. Now, you're not moving forward yet with it. You're still in a holding pattern because you're still evaluating what you need to do for this particular project that you're working on. You're evaluating it. You're discerning what creative tools you wish to apply to it. You're still, you're trying to get people out of your head and listen to your instincts. And that's why you've been in this holding pattern of being at home with your own thoughts. And you're still there, but you will move out of it because you're pushing through. So right now you're still like in a holding pattern. But to clarify that Six of Swords in the reverse, we did come up with the Seven of Swords. And that's you pushing forward. It came up in the upright. It's playing off that lack of movement and uncertainty here in your current energies from these past energies of do I, don't I kind of, thought process. And you're moving forward. You've got your Seven of Swords. You're pushing through no matter what, because you know that this project will fly with the creative, intuitive tools that instinctively you need to use to push it forward. Very, very, very positive, Aries. Very positive. Now in your current, in your forthcoming energies, we had the White Raven Spirit, which indicates as an energy of trust in the magic. And that's very, very supportive considering the pushing forward that you're doing with the Seven of Swords. You are putting your creativity and making magic happen. You're putting the creativity into the magic to make what you want happen. So this is very, very positive. To clarify the White Raven Spirit, we have the Queen of Wands, otherwise known as the Queen of Rods. There you are, Aries. This is your energy right here. And you are standing strong and pushing forward. Here you have the magic that you're creating. You're pushing forward with that magic, and here you are standing strong in your territory because this is your baby. You're birthing this baby. You're going to make it fly, and it's going to be extremely, extremely abundant. The Wands, the Queen of Wands in particular in the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, she is an energy of action, and fire action at that, which makes perfect sense considering that, you know, Mars is in Virgo, and Virgo is in the house of your work, your day-to-day work right now. So this is, you know, very much work-related. You're standing your ground. You're letting those know that you need, you know, that you need to let know that you know what tools you need to develop that creative project exactly the way it needs to be saleable, and you're going to market it as such, and it's going to be very, very successful. Very, very, very beautiful to see, Aries. Very cool. Now to clarify, the Queen of Wands, which is you, and you know, with Mars, and Mercury in Virgo as well, you know, and they're opposing Neptune in Pisces in your 12th house. That's where all this illusion is coming from. You know, Mars is an action planet. It takes swift action. And Mercury is the planet of communication. It's the planet of using the brain. So you are definitely pushing through that illusion, which is Neptune in Pisces. And you are moving forward strong, creating that magic that you want to create in that project to make it marketable. And there you are, Aries, with your baby in hand, and your staff in hand. And you have beautiful blossoms blooming around you. The sunflower is indicated here as well. And the sun brings light and growth to the earth. And being that we're in Virgo season, this is going to be a very, very smart move on your part. So congratulations for standing your ground on this creative project. To clarify the Queen of Wands, we have the Seven of Wands. It did come up in the reverse, which is very, we have the Six of Wands, I beg your pardon. It did come up in the reverse, and you're just choosing not to fight with anybody on this. That's what this indicates to me. I'm reading this as a very positive influence, a positive energy. You're choosing not to fight with any of your, you know, perhaps co-workers or you know, perhaps your boss on the way you want to, you know, make the adjustments on this creative project that you're working on. You're going to do it as you see fit. You know that you've had challenges like this in the past, and your instincts have led you correct in the past, and you're going to follow them this time, because here you are creating the magic. And you're putting down the fight of trying to convince anybody about how you're going to do it. You're just going to do it, and you're going to move forward with it, and it's going to be extremely saleable and beautifully abundant. You'll be so pleased with yourself, Aries. Beautiful to see. Now I'm going to pull a clarification card from the Enchanted Map Oracle deck for the balance of this reading. And see what we have as a final overall message for you, Aries. I certainly hope that you enjoyed this report, and I'm hoping that it did resonate for a lot of you. And thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. I deeply, deeply appreciate it. I'm so enjoying doing this for all of you Aries around the world. It's an absolute pleasure. And most of all, I just appreciate you having faith in my messages. You know, I'm hoping that you can take what I deliver to you, of what you're resonating with, and make it work for you. So let's get a final overall message for this reading for Aries. Just cutting the deck. And we have the number 12, slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. Now that did come up in the reverse, and that is telling me actually that you are taking it slow and steady. If it were upright, I would say you'd be moving a little bit, you know, faster than you should, but you're deciding to just flow through this. You're pushing forward as you flow through it, but you know that slow and steady wins the race, and you're not going to clarify unnecessarily to anyone who doesn't need that clarification, because this is your project. And you have been entrusted with this project to make it fly and make it move forward. And that's exactly what you're doing. And you're choosing not to rush through it, and you're doing it unapologetically. Congratulations, Aries. This is a very, very positive read. Don't let these illusions here in your most recent energies, throw you off your game. You're very focused. You're going to make it happen. You're not battling with anybody. You're just choosing to stay very focused on your project. You're gonna create the magic that it requires. You're standing firm on that. You're not battling with anybody as you slowly move forward, because you know that slow and steady wins the race, and that's what will be lasting. So you're being very wise in taking heed of the Mars-Mercury opposition with Neptune and Pisces, because that opposition can create illusion, which it has done here in the most recent past of the last couple of days or even the last week. And you're going to be very clear on the actions that you need to move forward with, and you're doing it unapologetically. And this will truly bless this project. This project is going to be extremely saleable and extremely prosperous. So congratulations, Aries. Congratulations. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Look for me here within the next week or two, as I'll be doing I'm going to try to get into weekly updates, but I'm definitely going to be honing in my skills on doing mid-month updates as well. So look forward to seeing you then. Thanks so much, Aries. Have a really good week and a great first couple of weeks of September. Good night for now.